Our agenda this morning, as you know from our prior sessions, is to really focus on pedagogical tips and insights. So what I'm going to do is take just a couple minutes to provide a little bit of an intro. For those of you who were not on our first call, welcome to our Coffee Cup Coffee Hour program. For 1 hour monthly sessions that we're doing with all currently participating in the program. You can see from the slide on the screen we have 21 different campuses involved in the efforts this year. If I could just ask for anyone who is able to mute their phone, if you could put your phone on mute when you're not speaking, that will give us a little bit better audio quality. Thanks for that. So 21 campuses and really over 100 faculty members involved in the program this year. And as you're aware, the goals of the program are really threefold. They're really to build support for entrepreneurship education on campuses, but also to do that across different campuses, developing champions in disciplines outside the business school. So the vast majority of you participating on this call are not part of the business curriculum, business educational system within your campus, and we're very excited about that. We really view you as a fellow to be an opportunity to develop linkages to students who may not normally come into contact with entrepreneurship education. And so you as a fellow are really an essential element of the effort to drive entrepreneurship education outside the business school, across campus, into relevant domains within the educational system. And we want to do that establishing new ways for awareness, exploration, and action. We'll talk about that in a minute. Importantly, and we'll come back to this as well, what we're trying to do through the program is to advance a very specific definition of entrepreneurship that focuses on business creation. We talked a little bit last month about the bullseye concept, where entrepreneurship means a lot of different things across the field, but to the foundation and to our work as a community of practice, it's a little bit more narrowly defined as business creation. And so we talked about that to a great deal last month. We'll continue to advance that concept here today. And we'll talk a little bit more about the Coleman definition, which involves business creation, risk, control, and reward. And finally, what we're really trying to do as part of this call, as part of our in-person meetings at the CEO conference and at the SCA conference, and additionally through our engagement together on a website that's going to be launching very, very soon, is to create really a community of practice, a cohort of individuals who share similar goals, who are able to engage with one another virtually and in person to advance entrepreneurship education, both as a team of fellows on a particular campus and also as a team of fellows working in a single discipline across multiple campuses. Just to recap, this is our agenda for our program this year. As you know, we got together last month to talk about some entrepreneurship concepts and really to flesh out what entrepreneurship means to the Coleman Foundation. Today we're going to be talking about teaching tips, pedagogical approaches and techniques, and we've got two educators, experienced educators within the field that are going to share some information with us, and then ideally we have a few minutes at the end of our call for some Q&A, and then we'll continue the dialogue next month at the CEO conference. I'll return at the end of our presentation today to talk a little bit more about what's going to happen at CEO, and we're very excited about the programming that's being developed. And as you see on this slide, each month we will continue to meet, and once we get really past the CEO conference, it will be time for all of you as fellows to have the opportunity to share with this broader group in this venue the things that you are doing and the things that you're learning, the challenges you're running up against. And so beginning here, after this call, we want to be collecting volunteers or individuals who are interested in participating in these January, March, April, and May sessions, where we'll have a forum for you as a fellow to raise questions, to suggest topics for discussion, and to make this a little bit more interactive than the first two of these coffee hours are ending up to be. But the end goal is for all of us to move towards the development of a community of practice, both the educational sessions we're doing now and the sharing that will take place to follow. As I mentioned, the the kind of coordinating aspect, the anchoring concept for the Fellows Program is the Coleman definition of entrepreneurship. And it's focused around business creation, venture creation, business ownership, and the aspects that surround business ownership with respect to risk, control, and reward. John Hughes, the former president of the foundation, and now chairman emeritus, created this definition and really articulated it some number of years ago in the face of a different way of thinking about employment and education in the academy. Over the last 20 years, been a theme that has anchored our work and that we want to now more aggressively communicate out. So when you think about what you're doing, when you think about the role that you're undertaking as a fellow, we really appreciate your thinking back and looking back on this definition. I noticed just recently Western Kentucky University was noted in their school press for the activities fellows are doing, and I think we were very heartened to see that the Coleman definition was noted in that press release, and that is clearly motivating the work that's taking place on campus at WKU. So that's one example. And today we're going to flesh out a little bit more about pedagogy, and we're very happy to have Joe and Jerry Katz from St. Louis University, who will be joining us very shortly to talk about that and to expand upon the themes that we really first brought to light last week. And we did that using this slide, this graphic of a pathway going from awareness to exploration to action and ultimately, and very importantly, to true creation of an enterprise. And we clearly understand that there are curricular aspects of this. There are things that happen in the classroom, and there are things that happen outside the classroom. And the foundation has found over a number of years, with the support of Coleman Shares of Entrepreneurship and other educators, that there are some specific things that really are necessary to be present as part of an excellent entrepreneurship education program and experience for students.